Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. My name is Tree City West. This is Tree City Live, episode number 85. Holy shit. Hope everybody had a good Monday. get things started off, if you could come over to the Twitter account, the X account, retweet the stream, try to get some more hash heads in here. Got a lot to talk about today. I was really struggling on if I should stream today because I'm so focused on XenMaps right now. I really want to finish it. I'm so close. I just have a couple little issues to solve. Keep finding more and more things. So rather than skipping the stream, we're actually going to talk about XenMaps and the problem I'm having, and I might actually just straight up code on stream. What's up, Craig Crypto? Welcome. What's up, Janet Rakuten? What's up, Howler? Hell yeah. So let's get right into it. I'm not even going to look at the charts today. I know it was a bit of a red day. We'll come back to that later. First thing I want to do is take a look at my miner. I actually ran out of funding on my mining account, so both of my miners went down. So we're going to log in here. We're going to set up some a new miner real quick live on stream, and then after that we're going to talk about XenMaps and what's happening there. So it should be a fun stream. Oh, motherfucker. Two-factor authentication always gets you. Give me 1 second to get logged in here, and then we'll set up the miner, and then we'll do some XenMaps. Come on. Alright, there we go. Cool. Always use two-factor authentication. Never tie it to your cell phone. Always use an authenticator app. You never know when you could get SIM swapped. So definitely be careful. Even then, it's risky. It's risky. Alright, so we got $50 on the Vast AI account. We're gonna take a look at some miners, and I need to get I've been idle for the last day, so I need to spin something up here. What's the most important thing you look for in a miner on Vast? Let's talk about it. So first thing I do, obviously, want to come over to the instances, see what you got running. Both of these are inactive, obviously, so we're gonna go ahead and throw these away. We'll set up a fresh one to kick off the stream. So first thing I'm going to do is go through the search, and we're going to take a look at the search. I like to check the unverified machines. So that way you get the unverified machines. They're usually much cheaper, but it's some guy that's running a server in his basement, and you never know when it might flood and turn off, or he might be looking at your data. You know, we're just mining, so as long as he doesn't touch my private keys or take my Zen blocks, I'm cool with whatever. But that's what the unverified machines are. Just someone running at home. It's not in a data center. So take a look at the unverified machines, and then I just kind of poke around, take a look at the T-flops per hour. 2 4070s for 12 cents. That's pretty nice. You got 8 3070s for 40 cents, 8 3070s for 41 cents. So once I start to see that, once I start to see there's a certain price range, I'll go look at that specific model. So 40 cents an hour, that's not too bad. I like to stay under like 35 is like what I like to stay under. So other thing to look at are the deep learning performance. So some of the bum machines, they'll have really bad deep learning performance scores because they don't have good hardware. So it might be a super souped up card, but it's on some throwaway motherboard that can barely run the card. That's why you get these super low deep learning performance scores. It also depends on the processor and, you know, the memory speed and all that. So you want that to be high just because it means it's a quality machine. So that's a good way to weed out the bad machines. If you find some like 4090 and it has a deep learning score of 12, you know, you might wonder why. Like, but this 4090 has a deep learning score of 75. So that's pretty nice. You know, that's not bad for 40 cents. So what's the more, yeah. What's up, Dank? Welcome. What's up, Zion? Let's talk about the Bitcode meltdown. Man, he's entitled to his opinion. I got no problem with Bitcode. If he doesn't want to participate in Zen, then, you know, people let him take over those spaces. And he ends up talking a lot, so he becomes like a figurehead in the community. I don't have any problem with Bitcode, though. He has good ideas, etc., etc.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up, Cleo!
Nah, shout out to those guys. I love the Zen Twitter spaces. It's always a good time over there. There's always some kind of drama popping off. It's a good time. What's up, Crypto Bro? Welcome. So we're taking a look at the miners. My account ran out of money yesterday. So my miners went off and I've just been kind of busy. So today's my first time looking for some miners. So I also like to look at, the cheapest 4X you can find. So there's 4X 3060s for 13 cents. That's pretty nice. But that deep learning performance score is only 8.3. That's really bad. Like, you need at least 10. Like that. So this is probably not going to work for our situation. Another filter I like to use, if you come down here, you can use the price filter. Move it down to so I'm aiming for under 35 cents total. But I usually get 2 machines that are 15 cents each. Sorry, but I'm good with them out. I feel it. I got no problem with anybody. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That was pretty funny, though. That was a meltdown. He wouldn't let anyone talk, and then he just left. It's alright, though. I hope he's okay. I don't want him to be upset. So let's see here. Also good to look at the flops. So once we set our filters, once we have the price filter set, then you can start looking at the performance statistics and sorting it. So I know I want under 35 cents. So we can look at the ones with the biggest flops for under 50 cents, and then see what we got here. So we got 5 3060s for 25 cents. That's actually pretty nice. But again, that deep learning score of 11.5, that's not that good. That's really not that good. So you can get the same amount of T-flops in almost double the deep learning score for half the price. I keep coming back to that 4070. Shout out to Hawaii. Maybe that's a sign. This might be Jack's basement. No. I was just playing. Pause.
Alright, let's fucking hash.
Alright, let's get it. I thought GB was most important. So that's also super important. It definitely is. I think that's one of the things that are by default. So how computer hardware works, you have a minimum set of specs. So a lot of these cards won't work without a certain amount of RAM or a certain generation of CPU or a certain generation of motherboard, certain type of motherboard. So usually the worst of the worst can handle it. We just really need those CUDA cores on the card. So when you're looking for the best value, it's kind of everything. It's everything put together. It's tough to say one thing specifically. Need to get some new pods. Owner kicked me off the dream. Yeah, I feel that. Same here. I wasn't really... So I had the nice ones 2 weeks ago, and then they kicked me off those, and then I had the ones for the last week, and I was cool with them expiring. I'm ready for a fresh one. Oh no, so this one's not working. So we get the error response from Daemon, unknown invalid runtime name NVIDIA. So that means it's probably a card that's not an NVIDIA card or something. There's something wrong with the NVIDIA on that one, so I kind of like that price. So let's go compare it. If we look at the 4070s, I wonder if there's any other ones around that same price. And that was the only one. I like the 3070s. Those are usually a good price. You can usually get a couple of those. Man, there's nothing. It's got all the weirdo ones. The 6000. So let's go down here. We can turn the flops up to let's go 20. And then sort it by price. So we get two 3090s for 36 cents. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks, to be honest. Oh, I'm not looking at the unverified machines. That's why. Yeah, that's more like it. 4 cents for a 3070 Ti. That's more like it. Man, so we might have to get a couple shitty machines. See, like this 4070 or this 4X 3070 has a deep learning performance score of 7.1. That sucks. I mean, that's not for 4 cards. Like, that's garbage. You have one 3090 with 32 right here. This is a real one. You can see the price difference. I guess, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So like, one of the things I noticed, that's not a feature, that's not a filter we can set, is the deep learning performance score. So let's look at some 4X cards. So this is it. This the stupid 3070. This is here because this doesn't work. We know that. So now we have our filter set. Let's look at flops. So we can get two 3090s for 30 cents. Oof. All right, so let's go look at the 3090s. Let's see what we can get. So we got two 3090s for 30 cents. Man, it's slim pickings out here. Yeah, like four deep learning score, like that's garbage. 98% reliability. That's really bad. Zenians will be the best GPU hunters on the internet. Yeah, for sure. And this kind of sucks. I don't want to settle. You know, I don't just want to. I want to get. Might have to come back to this. I mean, there's really not much. Got the 2X 3060s for 20 cents. I'm about to just try. I mean, I don't think this will work. There's got to be something wrong. 2X 3060s for 7 cents. That can't be right. It says the deep learning performance score is 4, so it's probably not going to work. But, man, why are people messaging me during the stream? Hey, shout out to the 17 watchers. We're just setting up a miner real quick, and then we're going to talk about some Zen blocks. I got to get back on these blocks. While this loads up, you can always go over to getbook.zenmaps.io, and this is basically something I worked with ChatGPT to create. Basically just an overview of XenMaps, what the general idea is, and kind of lays out the direction, version 1 and version 2 we're planning for, how we're storing the NFT metadata, and how it updates, which is kind of the novel concept of the mapping. We talk about the goals and the challenges. You know, right now we don't really have the data on chain, so we can't get it inside of the NFT yet, but the goal will be, once you have your bitmap, you put in a valid number, it verifies your ownership of that Zen block, and it'll actually pull the block hash information and everything and actually store it right in your block or in your NFT. That's the goal anyway. We'll see what happens. So first we're testing on the fastnet, then we're going to the network, but yeah, same thing. All right, so this one's obviously doo-doo, 7 cents. So you notice that these failed ones, they don't take your money until you start it. So like, it was funny when I logged in though, I had negative 9 cents. So when I deposited $50, it instantly took 9 cents from me. So it will allow you to do that. But man, I'm kind of salty. I can't find a good machine. Crypto Bread, did you find one earlier? I know you were looking. They're all garbage. All right, let's reset the filters. Maybe I got something weird set. Go straight up T-flops an hour. Then let's set the price to like 50 cents. We'll go 20 cents, 25 cents. There's nothing under 25 cents. Man, we're sucking up all the GPUs, guys. What the hell? Our Hawaiian friend's back. This one, that doesn't work. Hmm. Two A100 PCIEs. For 20 cents? That can't be right. I haven't fucked with the A100 yet. Let's see what we get here. Out in Sichuan, China. 20 cents, get two A100s? Am I about to get hacked? Russia? Is that great crypto? Using default tag, latest. We might have a winner here. It's the Dell Perk. It's the storage controller. So this is actually a server. Uh-oh, invalid host port. See Docker create help. Docker invalid host port, help. All right, we'll try one more, and if this next one doesn't work, we're calling it de-verified, unverified. Yeah, it is bad, but this is why all of these are unverified, because they don't fucking work. That's pretty much what it comes down to. If you want to pay a little extra, you know, if you don't mind. But this is like scrounging like the recycling to get a couple pennies. I could just pay 25 cents, but I'd rather, you know, dig deep. All right, let's bump this up to 50 cents and I mean, a 3080 Ti for 15 cents an hour, you can't really... That sucks, though. Why aren't there like two of them? You get one 3080 Ti or two 3090s for 30 cents. This is rough. Rough pickings. QRTX 5000. I've never even heard of that. You settle with that 4090 for 40 cents. I feel it. I'm thinking that 3080 Ti for 15 cents is looking pretty juicy. Going back to the single miners because we're sucking up all the mining power. It's gotta hold your rank. I feel that. I'm probably out of the top 100 by now. Last I checked, I was like 95, and I've been so out of it. Yeah, now I'm 102. No, I'm out of the top 100. Sliding back. I'm up to 21 super blocks though. But all right, so, hey, download complete. That's a good sign. Good sign indeed. So let's get the console set up here. I like to use my own miner setup. I just copy paste the commands real quick. It's nice and easy for me. Verifying checksum. That's good. Good, good, good. Maybe we will get a miner in here. Should we do the whoa, the console's freaking out. Let's go with the black with the white text or the green text. All right, we booted up yet? Nope. Running, pool complete. That's a good sign. No error messages yet. This is all good news. So I still do it the old way. I haven't done the one-click miner. I haven't done like a, I am using the Zen GPU miner. So that's nice. That'll save some time doing the prerequisites. We'll just run the update real quick. Digging for deals with Tree City West. Hey. I wonder if, so there's some other sites I used to, like TensorDoc. That was another one. And they have the marketplace, but these are individually cost. So like, let's see. These are probably all gone too. Yeah, you get a legitimate top host, 3090 24 gigs for 36 cents. Includes a picture of the server at the TensorDoc. That's funny. It's kind of a different setup. Like you can select, like if there's 6 here, you can buy 2 of them, but they are $1 each. So that's kind of a different setup. Yeah, but this is TensorDoc. This is another one. Get an A6000 for 46 cents. But when we found Vast, there was no beating Vast. Like that was by far the cheapest one. Whoops. Open. I don't want open. I want to connect. All right, so let's do this. So I like to launch my miner from WSL in Windows. It makes the key management easy when you're connecting to the miner. So, first we got to connect, so we're going to do the SSH command, then we're going to add our key file, which is just my key. Oh wait, is it I? Man, it's been a minute. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, there's my key. So I'm getting a message rejected. Oh, that's interesting. There's no, Usually there's a proxy address, and the proxy address works when that happens, when I'm not able to connect with the, let's see here. I want to make sure I have the right command on the... Yeah, it's I, for sure. I have not checked out ZenBox yet. It does look real tight though. I'm so laser focused on XenMaps. Man, there's so much Zen going on. I love it. Let me in. I got some hashes to mine. It's thinking real hard.
That's for the DJs and OGs.
Are we gonna get in? What's happening here? What was this other? This is like the Jupiter? Oh no, now it's offline. Okay, now we're back. Maybe it just rebooted or something. That was real. That was strange. Oh god. I feel like this is a trick. Well, that's not good. Man, we're striking out tonight. Ugh. This makes me sad. We'll give her the reboot, see what happens. Yep, it's kind of a chill Monday. I'll be honest, I am super exhausted. Woke up early for work, running low on sleep. There's a good chance I might be passed out by 9 o'clock tonight. All right, current status offline, intended status running. Let's go. At 34 Gwei. 366 day mints unprofitable by $1 today.
Shut the fuck up!
Hey, that does come in handy. Alright, did the reboot help us? Let's take a look. No go on the web interface. Let's try the SSH connection one last time. Connection refused. Alright, unfortunately. We're gonna call it. After the stream, I'll have to deploy a new GPU. I got the credits ready, but have you heard of the dude trying to launch PUSD? What's PUSD? Is it Pulse Chain? Or is that PayPal? All right, so let's talk about XenMaps. So I'm pretty much ready to launch. The front end is ready. The front end is done. This is very simple, very easy. I just have to update the error handling. So this is all good to go. Where I'm stuck is on the design of the NFT, and I've run into a pretty big problem. It's not like make or break problem, but I've probably put like 2 or 3 hours trying to solve this one specific problem. And I haven't been able to solve it yet. So we're gonna try to dive into it live on stream. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I'm coding. This might be a little weird for me because I'm used to doing this on 3 different screens, but we're gonna try it out. I'm gonna go over the Solidity code that we're testing right now. So this is over in Remix. I wonder if this is gonna sync up. Probably not. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, so let me go ahead and head over to the GitHub. I have a private repository with my backups. All right. So this is the file that I have right now. And it is a file that we're going to call XenMaps v3.sol. And the reason why it's called v3, I've had, this is the 3rd iteration of it. The first one was just inscribing. That was just putting the transaction on chain. So there's no art attached to it at all. It was just straight up, I wonder if I can make this any bigger for you guys. Let me see. Maybe not. It looks silly. All right. Anyways, hopefully it's not too small. If it is, just let me know. Can't really zoom in anyway. Maybe a little bit. Whoa. What just happened? No, where'd the sidebar go? I'm out here breaking shit. There we go. Okay. God damn it. We're going back to 100%. Sorry, guys. All right, so this is what the Solidity contract is right now. I'm gonna make this all open source. We will just go through it right now. Can I make this full screen? That would be nice. So anyways, it basically uses some of the Open Zeppelin contracts. It uses the same contract for time management that the Zen crypto contract uses. And my goal is kind of to pay homage to the XenTorrent. I really like the design of the XenTorrent, but I wanted to make it its own unique thing. Power City stable and liquid loans. So you're talking pulse chain. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be nice to have a stablecoin on pulse chain. But anyway, XenMaps. So it's pretty basic. We have our mint function. We have our function to write the block data, which is like your string that you can write that shows up on the NFT. Then I have functions to read the block data, get the block number by token, send it all to lowercase, which is kind of the problem that I'm having right now. It's kind of a text formatting issue that we're going to talk about. Then we validate the block number. We mint the date to a string because on the blockchain, you can't just say what time is it. You have to run a special function that pulls the time code and then converts it to a string, and then it's a human readable time. It's not just like a bunch of numbers that make sense to a machine. But then the bread and butter is the generate SVG function. So this generate SVG function is kind of where the magic happens. It's how it pulls the blockchain, the information that you write to the blockchain, puts it inside of the NFT, and then it generates the NFT, and then it puts it in the token URI, which is basically like the DNS server of the NFT, how it reads it. So rather than going out and referencing an IPFS address that's hosted on some server, it's going to reference itself. It actually references itself where it has the data inside of the NFT. So that's pretty cool. That's the general idea here. We have some other ones, escape HTML, and this is the one, this is the fucking one that I'm stuck with. I'm getting so frustrated. So let me show you what happens here. So when you're in Solidity, first you have to compile it. So we'll compile the code. And then once you compile the code, then you can deploy. Ah, shit. Oh no, I don't have the other contracts. Let me go grab them real quick. It's got to log into my computer. So I'm using these 4 contracts, and it's asking for base64.solidity.sol, and that is a god damn it. We'll just grab it from the Zen Crypto contract. How about that? It's a utility contract that allows you to convert and use base64, which is number. It's machine readable numbers. And what's cool about the base64 is that's how it translates to the actual SVG that's readable by the browser. Sorry, I'm having trouble explaining this while trying to find the contract here. Did Jack help you with parts of this? Not really. No, I mean, they offered, Zensu reached out. I've been talking to Zensu, but it's more so just kind of the basic, the fundamentals. The actual tech part has been all me and ChatGPT. I mean, there's no tech to it. Don't get me wrong. It's very basic. This is totally a beginner project. This is just me learning. It's my first project, my first, I don't want to say project because it's not like a coin. It's my first like development with Web3. Sounds like only minters can get a Zen block. No, everybody can. It's like bitmaps, Rolando. Do you know about bitmaps on Bitcoin? So when bitmaps started, anybody could mint a bitmap, and it could be any block. It's not, only the Bitcoin miners could mine those certain blocks. Anybody could. That's interesting. There's exactly $10,000 in the Zen contract. Strange. These dorks think that because it's on pulse, it'll still work. I feel it. Hey, it needs a stable coin over there. Or does it? I mean, I guess you have the from ETH, all the from ETH coins. All right, so let's see. So yeah, you know about bitmaps. So this is going to be on XenBlocks. This will be bitmaps on XenBlocks. You don't have to be a miner. You can just you just grab it. Oh yeah, so we're grabbing the base 64 contract. So base 64 is just one of these utilities, and we have to reference it. I thought it was in the Zen contract. Might be in the Zen torrent. No, you're good. Yeah, if you have any questions, man, just let me know. So we need the base 64. Is that in here? There's the Buki Poobah. I have no idea what's up with this name. Baki Poobah's date time library. That's the name of the contract that figures out time on blockchain. Baki Poobah. Maybe it wasn't this contract. Oh, here it is. Yeah, base 64.sol. So we're gonna grab this, and this is just a utility contract. Think of it as like a tool in our tool bag. So this tool allows us to use base 64 code on the blockchain. This isn't from Zen Crypto. This is an Open Zeppelin contract that's kind of open source for everybody to use. Just like the time one, you know, it's just a tool you can implement. Okay, so now we got the green check. Now we can run our contracts. I hope. I want the XenMaps. Oh no. Base 64.sol. Is that what it's called? Oh, capital B. That's the one thing that gets me about code sometimes. It's super particular. So this is a lowercase b. It's actually looking for the capital B. So if I rename that, no? Give me a green checkbox. Check mark. Hey, okay. So now we have our base 64, our contract loaded up. Now we can actually run this contract and test it. Cool thing about this remix, this IDE, basically an IDE is like a coding environment. This allows you to deploy it instantly without actually deploying it on chain. You're deploying it like in a test environment on your computer. So this is how the contract works. You basically hit deploy. Then I can see the functions on the contract. So this is where I'm stuck. So I'm gonna mint 1.zenmap. Should get a green check mark. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Cool. So we minted 1.zenblock by typing 1.zenblock and hitting mint. Now I can write some data on it. So this is just part of the regular process. We're gonna say Rolando knows about bitmaps. We're gonna write that on our ZenFT. All right, so that's the ZenFT there. Now what's cool is I can actually view the NFT without having to deploy it on chain. So NFTs have a thing called a token URI, which has the metadata, which are like the traits of the NFT and the image location and all that on-chain data that's stored within your NFT. You can actually get a link to that by pulling up the token URI. So if I type in 1, that's the token 1 I just minted, it gives me this string of code that is the SVG with the metadata. So this is the image right here. So I minted 1.zenmap. I put the message on the XenMap, and now it gives me this string. This string is base 64, like a /JSON file, and it can be decoded to look like an SVG image. There's a nifty website called base64.guru that has this tool called URL to image, and you basically pop that JSON file that creates the NFT and it shows you the image. What's nice about this is it also handles the base 64. So I can put this whole thing in here that the smart contract generates, and this is what it'll look like on chain. Boom. It's a beautiful 1.XenMap. Rolando knows about bitmaps NFT. But this is where I'm fucked. This is where it's fucked up right now, that I can't figure it out. So that SVG file is generated and can be read as HTML. You know, it's basically, it's similar to HTML. You can read it in the browser. So it gets messed up if I start using special characters. So if I want to use, like, say I'll type some HTML in here, it'll actually execute the HTML rather than putting it as a string. So like if I start using special characters that are a part of code, like slashes and asterisks and stars, and you know, there's a lot of brackets, put some brackets in there, some curly brackets, it's gonna think that there's something wrong with the SVG. So now I wrote that block data, it has the brackets and the carets and the sideways things. Now I'm gonna call it the token URI. We're gonna try to look at this and see what it looks like. The browser can't display this image as an SVG. That's because it's not, it's the brackets are ending the SVG code. It's not doing it as a text string. So like, I don't know how to do, I don't know how to limit that. I've tried like 10 different ways, 10 different methods, and it just doesn't work. So if you use certain characters, so I'm trying to figure out how to limit certain characters while still allowing people to use like punctuation marks. So I recently, when I was looking into it earlier, there's a thing called XSS. So I want to look up the XSS code basics for SGV HTML. So if a website loads an SVG file with XSS payload, it will get executed. And that's exactly the problem that we're having right now. It's executing our XSS payload as HTML and trying to, like, rather than just showing the text, it thinks you're typing code in there, and it kind of gets fucked up. If I can solve this problem, I'm pretty sure we'll be ready to launch after some more testing. So an example, is to upload an SVG file as your profile picture. You got a stored XSS via an S. Okay. So that just basically says what the problem is, but it doesn't offer a solution. I guess that's what's in the book, the bug bounty book. Stored XSS using... So this is how to write bugs. So you can actually put some remote execution, which is basically a virus. That's not what I want. How to embed HTML in SVG. Yeah, it's not really an HTML problem either. It's more of an SVG problem. And it's more so how normally with an SVG you would just have a static file, but since I'm trying to do this special thing where the string can update, it has to be, I don't know, that's where I'm stuck. If we didn't have this like string to update, it would be way easier just to store it statically. Is there a way to execute XSS with SG? The foreign object, yes, this is what we're using. This is what we're using. Includes elements of a different XML namespace. This means that SVG can load additional tags from other namespaces. Therefore, it's possible to load HTML inside the XHTML namespace. Why can the SVG file use load document via data, which is considered same origin and not a unique origin like in the case of e.g. iframe? I have no idea. Great. So this is what I'm doing all day. I'm trying to figure out how to solve these little problems so we can launch some XenMaps. So we got the base 64 decoded SVG payload, and that's where the issue is. Oops. So we're talking about an SVG foreign object executing as code instead of text string. I think that's how that would be described. This is a tough one. No, it's not. Although S can't contain, they'll only get J. But that's not what we're doing here. Well, now I have some more vocabulary to ask ChatGPT some questions. So just through those couple Google searches, I can think of some interesting ways to ask ChatGPT about a problem. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll start with ChatGPT 4. We're going to grab our code here and specifically... Actually, I just want the SVG. So first we're going to have ChatGPT please generate the SVG code with sample data for 1.bit XenMap with a lorem message. Do not execute smart contract. Just send me the SVG generated from mint function. Put punctuation on SVG. There's probably some bootstrap shit for that. It'll probably take me 5 days to figure out, but maybe I'll have a break. That's how I feel about it. It's like I could just sit here and do this for hours. Next thing I know, it's like 4 in the morning and I gotta go to work. To generate the SVG code for a sample token with block XenMap. Alright. This is one of the things that ChatGPT 3.5 does way better. Like, I don't know what it is, but sometimes ChatGPT 4 and like the data analytics gets so slow and just does this. But yeah, that's the SVG code right now. So what I'm asking ChatGPT to do is execute the code for me to give me the sample SVG, and then we can use that sample SVG to ask it questions about how can we either use XSS with foreign object to not. If I knew the answer, I'd have the solution. All right, here's the SVG code generated based on the sample data for the token with the block number 1.XenMap and a lorem message. So while this generates, if you don't know what a lorem message is, it's just like that weird Latin you see on like website templates and stuff. Why do you need to figure out punctuation on the text for SVG? Because right now, if someone uses a bracket, like see how all, the code has all these brackets? If someone types that in their message to add to the blockchain, it thinks it's a bracket in this code and it fucks the whole code up and the NFT doesn't display. It just says there's an error. So that's what's happening here. So see, I generated the URI successfully. It has 1.XenMap, it has our message, it has our metadata with our attributes. However, it can't display the image because there's an extra bracket in there for me typing it in as if so like if you wanted to, you know, put some slashes or brackets or carets or whatever, it's going to interpret that as code. And I cannot. It's almost like we need to like turn it into an image first and then add it as a layer. That can't be possible. All right, so I just generated this SVG code. Let's make sure it looks right. So we'll go to base 64 decode image. No, we want SVG actually. So we're gonna head over to this other tool. It's pretty cool. It's called svgviewer.dev. Basically, you can type in SVG code and it'll show you what the image looks like. Hey, where's my X? Should be an X here. Yeah, you can see the code and everything. About to go run the same question in 3.5 and it's going to give me the right answer. It's one of those weird things about ChatGPT. The old version does some things better. I don't know why. See, look at that. I didn't have to sit there and wait 10 minutes for it to generate this. It's just like, boom. Sure, here's the code generated. I don't have to go execute everything and do all that. And watch, I bet the X will be there now. Look at that. There's the X. All right. So here's our code. Ipsum message here. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. It breaks the image. Can't, or if I do like this type of bracket, you know, there's just certain characters that this one, so it's the ampersand. The ampersand will break it. Both of these brackets will break it. It's like, do I just need to figure out all the keys that'll break it and then exclude them? So that's fucking annoying. So like if you put that bracket, it thinks it's part of the code and then it breaks the image. That's what, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to approach it like. So now we have our SVG that has the weird code. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT about it. I have this SVG code that is generated by a smart contract to create an NFT. It dynamically updates the lorem message, but I am having an issue. Browsers are viewing the image as HTML, so anytime a user types a this or a this, the SVG crashes and does not display. how can we encapsulate the text string that is entered by the user so it does not execute the HTML and SVG code? So we'll ask it that question, then I'm going to pop the smart contract in there, and it's going to tell me it's your SVG generation formula. Oh man, I meant to do this one in 4. This is more of a complex question. This will be way better in ChatGPT 4.0. Appears you've already implemented the escape HTML function, and the user, this should help protect being treated. Yes, I know. All right, let's go swap over to 4. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, Orlando. It's just you and me tonight. We got 14 people in here, but you're the only one that's chatting. All right, to handle the issue of special characters like and ampersand causing the SVG to crash in browsers, you've already taken a good step by implementing the escape HTML. This function is meant to replace these special characters, preventing them. The addition to blank and blank should handle the following characters. Ampersand. Okay. So is that not in there now? Oh, I see. I see what's happening. So it's converting it to what it thinks the HTML is, but the problem is it's still SVG, so it doesn't know what to do with that placeholder. So then it puts the character there, but it's still the problem. Oh, we just needed to replace. Can you just replace all of these with a space character? I wonder if that'll work. Hey, Marco Martinez. Keep simplifying this stuff for the normies. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat, man. That's crazy. You're the man. Shout out to Marco. Any opinion on the CEO of OpenAI getting fired and then bringing him back? That's crazy, right? I've heard some wild stories about Sam Altman. I don't even know what to believe in the whole situation. I haven't been keeping up on it too much, but definitely interesting. You're practicing karate in the garage. Sweep the leg. Hell yeah. Yeah, shout out to Marco.
All right, let's fucking hash.
We're doing this. I think I might have just fixed it, actually. Well, I've said that like 20 times since I've been messing with the code. But let's see if this is it. So now rather than replacing the bracket with the HTML version of the bracket, we are going to replace it with a space. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Okay, so we just have to trash this contract. We're going to redeploy the test contract. And you can actually create these like transaction routines that'll execute automatically. It's like a script that runs your transactions in order, but I don't have that set up here. So we're doing it manually. So I minted XenMap. Notice if I mint one, it's successful. If I try to mint a second one, it's unsuccessful. And that's because the logic in the code only allows for one unique token. So now, what should we write? Shout out to Marco for sure. So we're going to inscribe. Shout out to Marco for the $50 super chat. So we're going to put that. But then I'm going to put the bracket, ampersand, ampersand. So I'm going to put that in the code there. And if it works, it should just put a space there. So it wrote that successfully. I'll go and pull our token URI. Now if it fixed it, it should display. But it might look a little weird, so we might change that. So for this one, we got to go back to our base 64 guru page. And it's amazing to think that like all these on-chain images and stuff, and like that you can have all these different things on chain: audio, images, PDFs, text, videos. It just has to be small enough to fit on chain. So there's the whole storage issue. But let's see. Damn. Or no, I need the URI. Wrong one. There we go. Hey, look at that. But does the message look right? Shout out to Marco for the $50 super chat. Hell yeah. I think we might have it, boys. Oh, I flipped the date around. That's funny. Interesting. So let's try, what if I put, so I have a limit of 140 characters. So give me a 140 character message about the contract I can test with. Hell yeah, that's tight. Yeah. That's awesome. So if I put this 140 character message on here. Is it going to be formatted properly? Now what if I put the brackets? Okay, that worked. Let me try it with a couple ampersands. Periods, other side bracket. Just want to make sure that failed because of the length. Okay. So we'll take these back out. Welcome to XenMaps. Explore the world of digital art and unique NFTs. Connect, share, celebrate creativity in your private, vibrant community. Nice. It wrapped the text. It kept it within the bounds. It let us put the special characters in there. It didn't cause an error. I've been struggling with the date. How do you guys think I should handle the date? This is kind of my American bias. But, you know, the rest of the world does day, month, year. But for some reason in America, we do month, day, year. So should I have it be the month first, or should I should do it internationally, right? Day, month, year. All right. So we got our XenMap. Now we can open it in another browser tab. You can see I put the contract address on the top here. We got our message. We got the date minted. Janet, the only female renegade nerd. Hey. So sorry, I'm deep in thought about the next move. I have to finish the front end. I don't think I can do that on stream is what I was thinking about. I have that stored on my other machine. I need to get that hosted. Have it day, month, year, but have it month like 08. I don't think we can, but that would be a good question for ChatGPT. Can the Baki, what's it called again? Can the Baki time thing format the date by name of month instead of number? Instead of 27/11/2023, can we do November 27th, 2023? Let's see what ChatGPT says. Yes. The Buki Poobah, that's what it's called. The Buki Poobah date time library. The Baki Poobah. Here's an updated version of the mint date to string function that formats the date in the November 27th, 2023 format. And this updated function, yeah, so they have the month name. All right. I didn't think that would be there. I'm glad we checked that. I figured it would just return numbers. That's nice. They actually have the Buki Poobah pulled through. Shout out to my wife, Janet. So we'll pop the mint to string dates. Where's our function? Mint to string date. Mint date to string. All right, let's test it out. So we're going to redeploy it. We'll mint our 1.XenMap. What message should we put on this one? Best formats year month date. Let's see what this one looks like. I'll just do the default message just to make sure that's all formatting properly. All right, looks good. No, it didn't. It didn't do it. Baki Poobah, what happened? That's weird. Let's ask ChatGPT why. Why did that not update? I see the month names in use, but it is still listing as month number in the function or in the SVG. That's my wife. Yeah. Yeah, she hates crypto. No, I'm just playing. She's awesome. Yeah, she's got to be here. I'm just playing. Let's see what's happening here. Ensure that the modified contracts. Remember, it changes to contract code. Verify the mint to date strings being called correctly. All right, ChatGPT. So this is a fun little trick that I learned with ChatGPT. When ChatGPT gets all ChatGPT-4 gets all slow and stupid like this, you can actually just paste it into, take what it says. Like rather than giving me code, it's just giving me vague, high level things. I can paste that in, and then I'll paste that in with my code and ask it to do the same thing and say, any reason why it's not using the month name instead? The month name? Let's see. Verify that the mint date parameter is being passed correctly. Month name equals month names month minus 1. I mean, that looks right to me. Oh no, what did I say? I'm sorry. Okay. Appears to be correctly structured in the to format a Unix time format into a string with a month name. It extracts the year, month, and day from the timestamp and then uses the array of month names to obtain... Okay, so isn't my SVG function using that? Ah, maybe not. Mint date string, mint date to string. Is it the SVG generation function? Appears well structured in the usage of mint to date. Motherfucker. Now watch, maybe I just hit the wrong button. Let's go back and look. Oh, maybe it's the... Yeah, that's our problem. I think I figured it out. Okay, it's the initial mint. Is it the initial mint function? Let's see. Doesn't directly affect the month name. Yep. Well, on that note, that's what we've been working on here. And this is kind of, you know, I'm doing a lot of research, learning about these different things. Ah, maybe, okay. Okay. I forgot to hit save there. So I don't think we actually did anything. But now that I recompiled it, we're getting this different number of components on the left side. What does this mean? Usually that's like a extra variable somewhere. A mismatch of the number of components on the left side compared to the number of components on the right side. Ah. All right, we're making progress again. The hash heads. Yeah. Alright. Oh no, now we're back at our code size problem. This sucks. And I keep running into this problem. So I've solved this same problem. I've solved it like 3 times. When I get to this point, this means that my file's too big. It's too big by less than 400 bytes. Fucking bytes. Bytes. Jesus. So we might not be able to format the month like that, unfortunately. It just makes the contract too big. All right. So let's do one last deploy, one last test, and then I think we'll wrap it up for the evening. So one thing that is kind of cool, you can also mint names. So The general idea is for it to be like bitmaps, where you mint a legitimate bitmap block number. The one that maps that block number is the owner of that block, and you can inscribe something on that block. But when it'll also pull all the block information, like the hash, the miner, everything, all the stats that the hash heads are familiar with. Can't really do that right now on the testnet, but you can also just mint a text name for fun. It won't pull that block data, and it's not going to be a valid block. But if you wanted like hashhead.XenMaps, you could. Oh no, I say that, but oh, it's because I put XenMaps. It has to end in a .XenMap. So hashhead.XenMap, and we'll write some block data on here. So we're gonna write hash heads in the chat. It stays in. So we're gonna put that on our hashhead.XenMap. Got the green check mark. We'll run the token URI. It spits out the SVG code or the JSON. Take it over to our URL checker. And voila. We have our XenMap. Hashhead.XenMap. Hashheads in the chat. Stays in. Minted today. Well, I guess tomorrow. That's interesting. It pulled tomorrow's date because of UTC time. So I think that I'm pretty excited. I think I'm done. I think that was the last problem that I had, and I just solved it live on stream. So that's pretty fun. I think the next step is just going to be the cosmetic. I'm going to have to add some error handling for the different types of error messages, and after that, maybe we'll see mainnet go live tomorrow. It's already 9 o'clock here, and I got to work, so I can't be up all night. But we'll see what happens. Rolando, I just remembered I have an early BTC inscription that says Rolando is here, Zen for life. Oh shit, how early? Is it like sub 1 million? Sub 250k? I think those like even like the sub 1 million inscriptions are going to be worth so much. Like those Zen Knights, I think that's so awesome. But yeah, I didn't even look at a price chart today. I like that. We're gonna wrap it up. We didn't even check the price of Bitcoin. Today we kept it straight. We looked for miners. We couldn't find a miner. So I just ended up not deploying a new miner. And then we just kind of talked about XenMaps and the general direction we're going, how we're still working out the bugs in the code. We found this little display bug. We had to fix it, and I think we just fixed it. So next step will be to fix up the front end and continue to do more testing, continue to find more bugs, and take it step by step. Yeah, fuck the price. We're cooking.
All right. Let's fucking hash.
That's for sure. And on that note, I am out. I hope you guys have a good Tuesday. We will be back with another live stream tomorrow. We'll have some XenMaps updates. We'll probably look at the price tomorrow. Can't go too long without looking at the price. We got to make some moves. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Rolando, for chatting with me in the chat and holding it down. The other hash heads, Janet and Howler, and everybody that popped in. Thank you guys so much. We had Dank in the building. Shout out to Dank. Always keeping it real. Marco Martinez with the awesome super chat. Thank you so much, brother. And yeah, we're keeping it going. We'll keep it moving. If you guys need anything, you know how to reach me. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Telegram. Otherwise, hope you guys keep it good and stay zen. Peace. Uh-oh. I thought I hit the button. All right. This time, you guys keep it good and stay zen. What the hell? It's not letting me end the show. This time, you guys keep it good and stay zen. Tree City West is out.